So, stay away from toxicity. It can mean anything. It can mean, for example, you seeing comments on YouTube or any other website. Notice how many times those comments can be really negative. And figure out yourself, is reading that shit really making you feel better or is it making you feel worse? It can be somewhat tempting to read that, to engage in that even for some. But at the end, is that really making you feel better? The point of law of attraction, of manifesting, is to feel great as often as it's possible. The point is to just keep yourself in those higher states of consciousness. So, is reading that good? I don't think so. What I do when I see those comments, most of the time, well, sometimes I'm just far too curious and I have to actually read hateful comments, some arguments, I admit. But most of the time what I do is I just realize, well, this is negative. I don't want to pay attention to that. Even though it's not my problem, what is being discussed or whatever, that energy, it's like I pick up on it and it's not cool. It's not fun energy. I want nothing to do with it. It's just making me feel worse. So why should I bother with it? I just leave it be. Most of the time, yes, not every time, but I try to avoid it because it's not helping me in any way. Instead, it's better to, there's even those YouTube videos with pretty positive comments. It's better to engage with that. It's better to read those comments. So many times in the law of attraction community, well, that's the comments you see. There's also going to be negative comments, people just not really believing this works and whatnot, but there's much more positive comments, and well, that actually works good for you to read that. What else? It can be even listening to, when it comes to toxicity, and that you should be avoiding that. It can be also listening to music, certain music. It can be watching certain movies, series. And, well, you should be also staying away from it, because it's all the same. The messages are being negative, and it's just bringing you down. What's the point? I know it's fun to watch that, but in the end, if you can't distance yourself from that type of energy, what is being talked about, what is being, shown in the movie or whatever, if you can't distance yourself from that, then you're just gonna pick up on that energy even though it's just a movie. As long as you can do that, I would say don't watch that. It's better to watch comedies or some romance. Even though personally I don't really like comedies and romance shows, it might be a better choice if you're gonna watch something, and if you can really distance yourself from the negativity in many dramas, then that would be a better choice. It can also be toxicity again. It can also be people. Sometimes it can't even be your friends, your family. You can't maybe always cut them away from your life, but you should at least limit contact with them, or just straight out tell them, okay, this negativity that you talk about, I just don't accept it. I don't want to hear it, okay? Just tell them simply you don't like it. If they don't listen, then just, don't speak with them. That's the best you can do then. You don't want to be bombarded with that negativity all the time. I know from my own example with a friend, oh man, all the times I have to hear negativity from him, I can't. So I say, that's enough, okay, shut up. I don't want to hear it. If you're not going to listen to me, we're just going to have an argument, alright? If he can respect that, well, that's his problem. And then he might have a problem with me thinking I'm just being an asshole there, but that's not the case. I'm just being assertive and telling him, I don't like that, cut it off. You might be sometimes considered harsh for that kind of behavior, but well, you can't just allow people to bring you down, energetically speaking. You just gotta tell them, okay, that's enough, that's it, period. So yeah, and anyway, again, toxicity can come from all kinds of sources. But the point is, you should be cutting yourself away from it. If it's people, if it's the content you consume, just notice what is negative and think about it. Should I be really consuming that content? Should I be really talking to those people? Or should I just retreat, If I hang out with people that are just bringing me down, then okay, maybe I should be going back home. If it's the content that I consume that is negative, well, maybe I should just turn that off and be done with it, So yeah, anyway, that's about it.